Hey people, injured here, 3v3, Kathari Ruins, blue team. Got final push as a Techmarine starts out range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Alongside, Phoenix is a Lord General, fights range combat with a retinue of stormtroopers to help him out, can add to his retinue throughout the game, giving him more abilities and stuff. Really good defense and support capabilities. And rounding off this blue team is Nurland as a plague champion, starts off range combat with a damage of a time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. Red team, some Eldar trickery, it's wise Windu as a warp spreader Exarch, teleporting commander that fights range combat by default. Lots of great capping and harassing potential with some awesome control abilities too. There he is, harassing some scouts early on. This is the Exarch's elite scheme, I believe, yes it is. Alongside, Cudder is an Inquisitor offensive commander, lots of great control abilities, can also support, begins with a melee weapon but can get some awesome ranged options. And rounding off the red team, some more Eldar trickery, it's HansMoleman as an Eldar Warlock, a melee commander that can leap into combat, some awesome disruption and mobility, can deal damage as well. And is this more Exodites? No, I don't think so. Kicking off in the mid, Inquisitor forced off early on, plague champion came up from the bottom, abandoning his cap to take some shots. This is the redesigned Kathari Ruins for 2.4. It's now a lot more symmetrical in the middle, as you can see, very open as well. None of this stuff you see here are shot blockers. These pillar things are heavy cover, so it's nice and open for artillery, but also allows a lot of room for flanks. Howling Banshees getting quite deep into enemy territory there, are now forced off, but they do get away. The Sentinel gets the ground pound. Rangers on the way for wise Windu. Double Rangers from both Eldar players. Surely Rangers are so good now with their suppression on a double shot from two of them. That is set to be adjusted for the next update. Adjusted in some way, anyway. We'll see exactly how it pans out. Things are always subject to change and all that. Tactical Marines for final push. Scouts on repair duty, repairing a node. And it is double Rangers for wise Windu. That's going to be pretty damn annoying. Is he going to respond with assault marines? You're going to have to assume he will. Final push, that is. Banshees are going to be there waiting. There's a Ranger shot. Won't suppress on their own. Nurland with double CSM into Raptors. Very aggressive tier 1. And Catechins for Cudder. Phoenix with the all-reliable double guardsmen into Sentinels. What's going on here? Walks for Exarch, tying up the Techmarine in melee combat. Doesn't want him firing that pretty damn dangerous bolter. It's around about 30 DPS piercing, I believe, which is painful. It's a little bit more than that, I think, is the default weapon. Banshees are chasing Tactical Marines even. These guys don't have a melee charge anymore, of course. They now leap into combat. There it is. 479, 483. And no, if you were wondering, that leap doesn't do any damage or knockback or anything. It's just to get them into combat. And they are doing some work here against Tactical Marines. Taking out 2 models. Good grief. Warps for Exarch now persuaded to leave. Banshee still in play. Might want to get them out of there. There we go. Rangers infiltrating and backing off with their Pathfinder gear. Really good synergy with the entirety of the Eldar lineup, pretty much, since they can deliver so much damage so quickly, cloak things with Pathfinder gear, and all of a sudden delivering huge chunks of damage without warning. Banshees can come out of that. Even Dark Creepers and Wraith Guard from range coming out of that infiltration to deal some damage. It's actually double guarding weapon teams for HansMoleman. Are we going to see some grenade launcher heretics or something to try and deal with the other one, and then he can jump? Oh, he's going double Raptors. Is that intended? That's going to be mad. Double CSM, double Raptors. Lots of fun at the bottom, unless that was a mistake and it's on Overwatch. He's just going to cancel it. Lots of suppression from the double shurikens. Banshees laying in the way. No need for them really to push forward and engage. Is going for a flank, looking for the favourable position. That's the Eldar speciality. Choose where you engage. Use your mobility to engage favourably. Shurikens will suppress again. But he's shooting at the wrong target there. Are we going to see the jump? Raptors are lurking. Plague Champion, of course, performs very well under suppression. Will still fire at the same rate and moves reasonably quickly. It's not exactly quick to begin with, but he doesn't get his speed reduced that much. Channeling Runes is up on those Banshees, as you see, easily able to force off those heretics. We did not see a retreat grenade though. And we do see double Raptors from Nurland, and this jump is a mistake, I think. He knows he's forced off. He shouldn't have engaged his Raptors like that. Now they're just going to get chopped up by Banshees and lose at least one model here. They're stuck in retreat for a little while. That was annoying. Retreat is just so unreliable. But they do get away with 2 models, just about. There's Fleet from the Banshees getting another model. 479-396. What's going on though on red team's natural power at the top? Good work, Raptors, says Nurland. Flamers up, or Flamer up I should say, on final pushes Tactical Marines, and he's going to lose a couple of gens, I would think. Is he going to jump those Rangers? Doesn't want to jump them. Maybe, I don't think he doesn't know where the Banshees are, that's why he doesn't want to jump them, I think. Down goes one generator. Might get away with just one going down, maybe. Grenade misses its mark, but did force those guardsmen to stop firing and back away. And here comes the Warps of Rex up to force melee combat on those Tactical Marines, and they spot the Banshees and they get the hell out of there. No sign of the Master Crafted Bolter or Bionics on the Techmarine. He's relying on sheer firepower and the disruption from the Assault Marine to try and deal with those Banshees. Can he get back out in time to defend his power? His hands, sorry, who is up here? Why is Windu up here? Going to go straight after it. Lord General are getting chopped up. Banshees doing work, jumping all over the place. Sentinel getting shots. Double Guardsman there to support with repairs, but here's Shuriken fire. Can he suppress those Guardsmen? Surely. Right on the edge of the firing up, but they are suppressed. Banshees with the aspect of strength, dodging the ground pound as they just retreated out there. It's a lot of damage. I don't think the Sentinel's going to get away. Where are these Rangers going? Shoot that Sentinel. That was a misplay. I'm not sure if he would have finished it off, but would have got it very, very low. Scouts trying to help out with some repairs here. 446, 393. And Nurland isn't the last player to go tier 2, even though he got double Raptors up. Did he not get anything else that cost power? No. So that's why he only spent 80 power on double Raptors. Spending around about 100 power is pretty common in tier 1 at the moment. Assault Marines jumping after those Dire Avengers, and they do not have their aspect, so there wasn't going to be a grenade waiting for them. Techmarine goes down. Chimera has hit the field though for Phoenix, and they might be able to bully the red team a little bit here and push forward to the power. Improvised explosive is laid down for the Catachans, and it goes off and does a hell of a lot of damage to the Chimera. There's a grenade attempt. Pretty good attempt. Got 2 models. A little bit unlucky not to finish off the squad there. And there's that Holy Pyre. That is an amazing piece of war gear. The Holy Brazier, sorry. The Holy Pyre is that ability. As you can see there, 4 piercing DPS in a radius, and it reduces damage output. Doesn't tell me how long it does it for, but it's a hell of a long time. I think it's 20 seconds or so, maybe 15, and gives her 50 power melee DPS. Raptors down to around about half health, and they should get away. These guys are back at base. What do you get in tier 2 in this situation? Do you get a Dreadnought up, try and force one of these Guardian Weapon teams to get an anti-vehicle Bright Lance instead of that layered suppression? One of the reasons you get a Walker is to force purchases on your enemy. You're making them invest in AV that they might not want. They might have a plan in mind, a build they want to execute, and you come rolling by with a Walker, and all of a sudden they have to deal with it. 411, 352, triple cap is up for blue team. Here's a Wraith Lord from Wise Windu. Plasma cannon on the way for final push. Looking a little bit thin, but he's floating a lot of resources. He might be going for a quick tier 3 here, and then maybe park a Land Raider on this VP. This is a map with no natural victory points, so you tend to get a lot of double and triple caps as they change hands quite quickly. Raptors jumping in. They do have their aspiring champion. Both of them have the aspiring champion. And good use of that demonic strength or demonic fury or whatever that thing's called might be vital, because if they can get in amongst the Banshees, both use that demonic fury, that could be 2 models down very quickly with the knockback as well from it. I think it does 150 damage. I assume it's melee damage, and a big knockback on that single model. There's a Manticore strike. The Manticore's got big changes, of course. They're now cheaper to get on the field, but they begin with Manticore rockets. They don't begin with their Storm Eagle rockets any longer. Manticore rockets are basically function the same way but do less damage, and then you purchase the upgrade, as he has done here, for the Storm Eagle rockets, which also have increased cooldown, but obviously doing more damage. And Wraithlord just helped take out final pushes Assault Marines there, as I was talking about the Manticores. As you saw, big engagement in the middle. Here comes some Stern Guard veterans, no doubt. They're going to load in their Hellfire rounds here. There we go. Banshees do get away with a hell of a lot of models. That is pretty lucky. 5 models and 180 hit points. Holy Pyre goes up. Does not affect vehicles, I'm pretty sure. I don't see any debuff circle there. Wraithguard now hitting the field for Wise Windu. That's a really nasty combo, Wraithlord and Wraithguard in tier 2 for Eldar. It's a big investment, especially now that Wraithlord got their cost increased. Although the Wraithlord did get his cost decreased, I suppose. But yeah, it's really nasty, because obviously you want to jump or otherwise tie up those Wraithguard, and there could be a Wraithlord waiting for you there. But this Wraithlord is done for, I think. Las Cannon finishes it off, yes. That is Phoenix's Las Cannon, but that's a Storm Eagle strike. Oh, it doesn't quite finish them off. They weren't knocked over because they have that refractor field. Stops knockback and decreases range damage. Lord General just about getting away. Must have been around about 5 hit points when he started retreating there. Plasma Cannon trying to get shots up terrain though, which usually doesn't work out very well for artillery, but now it loops, of course. So he did get it up there, but couldn't quite hit anything. Now he's going to get suppressed by double rangers. Oh no, he goes for the Sentinel. Here come Wraithguard, which can now fire on the move, of course. But they got cost increase, speed decrease, and it takes longer for the shot to go off. It spools up for a little bit longer, as you see there. Wind up, I believe it's called in the game. A energy shield going up. Chaos Dreadnought is on the way for Nurland. Took him a while to get the resources for it, having upgraded his Raptors and got an aspiring champion up. Aspiring champion for the Heretics as well. Does the Plague Champion have any war gear that we can see? No, not really. 380, 239. It's a double cap for the red team. The bottom powers seem to have been relatively safe so far. Triple cap now. That is that no contested layout, giving you lots of triples and doubles. Manticore strike on the power there. Storm Eagle even. We need to start differentiating those. Can he go after the Manticore? Because this is a relatively small map. So as you can see, the Manticore is not too far away from base. I mean, you could easily chase it down, but they might not want to. Chaos Dreadnought is on the field. Now has that improved autocannon, of course, which does a larger radius on its area of effect attack. And there's some Nurgle worship, which does affect your vehicles, of course. Pathogens are... No, they live! Wow! I thought that Power Fist hit was going to take them out. Big engagement here, and that's Holy Pyre doing work. Debuffing those Raptors' damage, as you can see. Oh, it is debuffing the Dreadnought. Look at this. That's amazing. I guess you just can't see the debuff circle on the Chimera. And look how long it lasts for. 20% less damage for all of that time. That is a really good ability, I think. 291, 239. D cannon on the way for Wise Windu. HansMoleman has lost a lot of stuff here. Goes tier 3. Expect to see some D cannons, but with double Raptors, they're going to need some counter initiation for sure. It does have the Witchblade of Kurnus already, and Cloak of Shadows, and Channeling Runes. So quite a lot of support on this Warlock for these Howling Banshees. Still no sign of the Heart of Darkness. I want to see that thing in action with the Enhance ability. 291, 229. Plasma Grenade is soaked up by the Guardsman. No bunkers at all in the middle. I guess it's pretty easy to flank, so they don't really want to put them up. We do have a heavy turret though, and it's actually put it towards the south, almost kind of butting up against this structure here. That's a Storm Eagle, and it's going to take out the turret. These heavy turrets... Oh, he doesn't put all the missiles on it. These heavy turrets have vehicle armor, not building armor, so they take a lot of damage from manticore strikes, unlike regular turrets. Melter gun is up for the Techmarine, just over 41 DPS melter, and Signum as well, which importantly increases the range, as you can see, by 5, which is not a small amount and really helps out the melter gun. Kicking off mid, 2v2 fight, I think. That's a Basilisk Creeping Barrage. Nicely done. Getting those guardsmen out of the game. Banshee's in amongst a las cannon here, and I think they're going to finish it off. Yeah, ripped apart by those Howling Banshees of HansMoleman. These ladies almost level 4, and there's the Tanning Runes to keep them in the engagement, but they are fighting a hell of a lot of stuff. 291, 184. Phoenix looking pretty low with 3 units. HansMoleman also with 3 units, but he does have a D cannon way back in these ruins here. Is he going to bring it forward? Looks like he's trying to bring it forward. Chimera bashing power. Nothing inside it. Going to get some help from guardsmen. Fully upgraded guardsmen with plasma guns, sergeant, and a commissar, which makes them a pretty damn good little shooter unit for sure. Can take on most other shooter units, I believe, though they will heavily bleed models doing so. Heavy turret, this is the same one, I think, repaired. 291, 183. Someone's down. It's the Lord General. Wraithguard bashing power now. The top power's seen a lot more action than those in the south and the west corners. Oh, this one has lost some stuff from that Chimera though. Lost a generator and the Manticore Strike in the middle. Storm Eagle's surely going to finish off that turret. Down it goes. Yeah, don't get a heavy turret up when there's an enemy Manticore, because they can just take it out at will by putting all of their rockets on it. Or maybe even just 3 rockets if it's a leveled up Manticore. Singularity hits and misses. 291, 159. Raptors with the jump. D-Cannon can now turn around and set up though. That is a massive engagement. It's also kicking off there in the north. Ethereal Slash going off. My frame rate is crying right now. Banshee is getting knocked around, but still able to fight. Look at this little blob that Nurland has now, with Dreadnought and double CSM with the Plague Champion there. Plague Champion also has Mucus Discharge and Armour of Pestilence, so he's tough and annoying. Mucus Discharge gives you so much field presence with your army. Worship, and then just pop this heal when you get low. That's an Eldritch, I think. Yes, it is, and that's nasty. That's gonna... Whoa! I was gonna say it's gonna get the Dreadnought very low. It actually just one-shotted it, which is something that the Eldritch sometimes does with vehicles. Not sure why. Yeah, Nurland is not too pleased about that. Sometimes it will just one of those lightning strikes hits the vehicle and it just seems to implode. Not sure what's going on with that, but it's always been the case with the Eldritch. Double D cannons for Wise Windu. How annoying is that setup? Double Rangers, Wraithguard, double D cannons. Of course it's a Warp Spider with that stuff. 290, 127. Terminators on the field for final push, and a Lehman Russ hitting the field now for Phoenix. It is frantic on Kathari Ruins as the red team get close to the dreaded 100 VPs, so they need to start being really careful about that counter. This Chimera is doing a hell of a lot of work for the blue team, I should say. So he's straight up purchasing a Lehman Russ, Phoenix. Is that because he wants to use his nuke? Because otherwise surely he'd just drop one. Not sure though. He does have a lot of power, so maybe he just wanted to purchase it, then get some more requisition and drop another. Double Lehman Russ is no joke, especially if you support them well with bunkers and those guards and repairs and stuff. Phoenix loses the Chimera. There it is. What finished it off? I guess it was a little while ago. Terminators with no upgrades yet. It's another Dreadnought on the way for Nurland. Still in tier 2, but has huge amounts of red. Might be able to get a good touch of Nurgle or two on these Raptors as they jump in. I for sure love to use it on my Raptors. Fire Prism taking plasma cannon shots, needs to be careful. But doesn't take another shot, doesn't have the line of sight, or rather the vision to go for it. Final push, could drop a Venerable Dreadnought, has the red for it in a way. Needs a bit more of the other resources. There's a jump on the deacon. I don't think HansMoleman has realised. He realises a little bit late, and he can jump again, I think. No, not quite. Even at level 2 you can't jump twice that quickly. I mean, now he could have jumped, so it's not too bad. But yeah, as always, levelling your Raptors helps them an immense amount, since they have that 65 energy jump, and they're going after the Fire Prism on rear arm with the Power Fist. But vehicle pathing takes priority, and they have to move out of the way, and now they're taking huge amounts of shots and might in fact go down. Wraith Guard finishing them off. Ouch. 227, 120. Baneblade now on the way for Cudder. I think they've got a change. Did they get a health decrease or something? I might be completely making it up. 227, 118, so 1-1. And mid is turning blue. Phoenix. Is he going to use that rocket run? The rocket run was nerfed. It now takes longer for the first and second run to appear. Gives your enemy more time to move out of the way. Baneblade halfway there. Double Chaos Dreadnoughts for Nurland. And that might help ahead of a lot versus the Baneblade if he gets double Marco Zinch or something. Vanguard Veterans, a final push. First Company Assault Marines with power melee weapons. They have a Thunderhammer, 2 power swords, and a Lightning Claw. These guys are kitted out. You can also swap that Thunderhammer for a Power Fist. Blue team with the 2-1, but look at that. Red team getting units on both the VPs here, and it could switch again very quickly. That's a Seer Council on the field for HansMoleman at the bottom. 226, 98, single cap for red, keeping the pressure up on the top so they can get that VP back. As you see, the Lord General, who has melter guns, is retaking. Baneblade hits the field. Soonish, I promise. There it is. Rolling out of base clumsily down the bank there, and I imagine he's going to go to the middle, but we'll see. The teams might want to think about focusing 2 of the VPs. It's very difficult to spread yourself across all 3 of them, which is why the VPs change hands so much. It is a Marco Zinch Dreadnought, but it's taking shots from the Fire Prism. That is a Storm Eagle. 208, 98. Nurland doing a good job spreading his Dreadnoughts out, but still 8. 3 of the missiles there, I think. Really good or lucky aiming for Cudder. 208, 98. Red team are flanking in from the north. Baneblade now pushing forward. Some Nurgle worship and a bunker. Looks like that's a medical bunker though. Plasma Cannon gets a shot. Dreadnoughts are not engaging the Baneblade. Nurland must be watching elsewhere. He's watching down here. 208, 91 is a single. And Seer Council are going to rip apart the CSM, I would think, even with Slaughter. Though we do have a Plague Champion with Plague Fist, using the Pestilent Strike to help his stuff get away. That was nasty. Ethereal Slash in retreat path. A level 7 Warlock. What is this? Stormtroopers from the Inquisitor? It is. Behind enemy lines or what? A great call-in from the Inquisitor. But you can also call in Bane Wolves, of course. She's got a lot of pull. 201, 88. A double cap for the red team. Look at Wise Windu's army. Double Rangers, Wraith Guard, double D cannons, and a Fire Prism on the way. And he already has one. Oh, that's HansMoleman's Fire Prism. That's an orbital on the disabled Baneblade. Baneblade 8. A orb, I think, from the Techmarine, and a Melter Bomb, and triple beams from the orbital on it. As you can see, doing ungodly amounts of damage to a stationary vehicle there. Fire Prism lives just about. That's an Eldritch. Absolute mayhem in the middle. 159, 88. A double cap for the red team. Limon Russ survives, but not for long. Wraith Guard doing so much work. Almost level 4, and they have the Wraith Bone. Here's the second Leman Russ of Phoenix. A bit slow to get it onto the field. Seems to have struggled to keep his requisition up. Must be losing a hell of a lot of guardsmen. And are we going to see a triple for red now? There's the double. It's very close. HansMoleman has some warp spiders. Going straight for that aspect, wants the option of the Haywire Grenade to help him deal with the double Dreadnoughts. I think we have a Mark of Khorne Dreadnought and a Mark of Tzeentch Dreadnought. There is no such thing as a Mark of Nurgle Dreadnought, unfortunately. Oh, look at that. Touch of Nurgle on Heretics. Nerfed in 2.4 now is quite a bit worse on Heretics. Only does 25 damage and heals for 33% of the target model's health instead of 75, which works out a lot less for Heretics, but more for other stuff, especially if you use it on Terminators or something. Another Baneblade for cudder. Nurland is not tier 3, so can't nuke. Phoenix can nuke. Who else has a nuke? Does Hans have an Eldritch? Almost. Kill a couple of things, maybe even one big thing, and he'll have enough. 55-88 is a single cap for the red team. Melter Gun Techmarine taken out there. Seer Council looked guilty. Oh, it's the Lord General, in fact, sorry. 41-88. Big engagement is brewing. Blue team massing in the bottom to hold this VP, but there's a webway, and out come level 4 Howling Banshees, SDR level 4, and they're going straight for those CSM. Leman Russ goes down. There was very little artillery in the middle from the blue team. A late Manticore for Phoenix. Final push did have that plasma cannon, but they have struggled to keep the mid, haven't they? Double Dreadnoughts are still rocking. Haywire disables the Mark of Khorne Dreadnought. It can move around, but it can't attack. Move around very slowly, and that's another Eldritch from Hans, and that might be the death of at least one of the Dreadnoughts. Do they both get away? No, one of them goes down. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Plague Champion gets up and leaves. And there's a game, in fact. I wasn't even paying attention to the VP counter. Double cap for red team. Absolutely crazy stuff in this game. Massive engagements. Especially in the mid. Look, it's completely demolished. Almost completely demolished. Let's look at the heroes end of the game. Level 5 Techmarine in retreat had Melter Gun, Signum and Orbs. The Lord General was down level 7 with Melter Guns. I don't think I ever saw him get any other retinue members. Plague Champion level 4, Plague Fist, Armor of Pestilence and Mucus. Warps of Exarch level 4 with Entangling Web, which is now tier 1, I should say, and Phase Armor. Inquisitor hit level 8, switched the Holy Brazier for an Inferno Pistol late game. Judgment was up on those Terminators, as you can see. Interrogator's Armor and the Mandate, and HansMoleman rounding off the teams with a level 9 Warlock. Good grief. Witchblade of Kurnus, Cloak of Shadows and Channeling Runes. There you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.